it's Nadine. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm back here in the spot that I did my what's in my purse video thing, and I'm gonna do 50 facts about myself. I have my breakfast. I've always wanted to do the 50 facts about me, like ever since I started YouTube, but I never could have thought of enough facts. And I don't know, it's kind of weird for me making a 50 facts about me, because imagine meeting someone for the very first time and all they could talk about is 50 facts about themselves. Like, that's just so obnoxious. But I don't know, I like these kinds of videos, and so I hope you enjoy this too. And by the way, I'm wearing a pimple patch because I have a huge zit on my nose. So while watching this video, I hope that you guys can also give me one fact about yourself, or like 5 facts about yourself, or if we have like some things in common, please let me know, because I would love to know. Let's get started. Yeah. Okay. First of all, let's pretend that we're meeting for the very first time. Hi, my name is Nadine. I'm 20 years old, but I'm turning 21 this year on November 24. My channel name is Nadine Feliz because Feliz is my second name. My last name is Ko, so that makes me Chinese, and I'm 3rd generation Chinese. My parents grew up here, my grandparents were the one who came from China, and I grew up here basically. And even though I'm Chinese, a lot of people think I'm Korean. It's my pet peeve whenever I pass by a random area and then some people will be like, "Annyeong." I'm like, I'm not even Korean, get your Asian straight. And yeah, so it's just one of my pet peeves. Is that a fact, or did I already? I don't even know. Speaking of Chinese, and I don't know if you guys know this, but Chinese are known to be like kuripot or whatever, and I can definitely say that I'm sort of kuripot. Right now, when I spend on something, I always think in terms of my sweldo. So I'm like, oh, this is like 10% of my sweldo. Expensive and cheap, it's all relative to how much you have. So when you think in terms of percentage of like of your allowance, or like, oh, I would have to save up 5 weeks of allowance to get this thing, it puts things into perspective, and I don't know, you get more of a gauge of like how much you're actually spending and if something's worth it or not for you. So just a tip. I think languages are so cool. I have respect for all of the languages, like Tagalog, English, Chinese, and I respect them individually because language, like, I don't even have to explain it. But I still think though that Taglish is super duper cool, because how many other countries or how many other people can switch up languages so quickly and speak them like almost or pretty fluently? I think that's awesome. I sometimes wish that I was from a province or some place that speaks another dialect, so that I can have another language to add to my roster of languages that I know, because my parents are from different provinces and they can speak an additional one language than me, and I find that so unfair. My first language is actually Hokkien, so Chinese. Like, out of the womb, I was speaking Chinese. I can barely speak Mandarin just from class, I guess. And then I took a French class in college for a semester, so that counts for something. Like, I can pronounce words, I can introduce myself, I can say that I can't speak French, and I can only speak English. So when I go to France someday, one day, I really want to go to France, obviously. I tried to be vegetarian for a month. I totally just cut off meat right off the bat. And then I kind of failed. I only did it for 1 month. But then I became pescatarian for over a year. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry about the sounds. But I became pescatarian for over a year, and then now I'm back to eating meat, because in social situations, I think it's just really nice to share a meal with your friends, with your family, and to get to taste like whatever they're tasting. I love the music from the 70s and the 80s, because whenever I play it in the car, sometimes my dad would sing along and I would like ask him about the band and he would tell me like some fact about it. So it's like a great bonding experience. Kind of connected to the whole 80s psychedelic thing. I sometimes really think that aliens exist. I really feel like the world is so big, the universe is so large, that how can they not exist? Yeah, I'm kind of weird. I always think about the second coming. I feel like it's coming so soon, but then people in Paul's time also thought that it was coming soon. I just feel like it's coming, and I'm kind of excited. I just don't want to be here. Just kidding. I have so much hope, but then just the fact that there's something even greater out there is amazing. Next fact is kind of TMI and kind of gross, but I have the world's smelliest feet. I'm just gonna claim that title. I just think that my feet are the smelliest. This is so TMI and so gross, but we are close, so I kind of jujued. Wow. We're so close that I'm comfortable telling you this, but yeah, I have really smelly feet. My favorite Disney princess growing up was Belle because she was always like the most relatable one. And well, apart from falling in love with an actual beast, she was pretty relatable because her nose was always stuck in a book and she was always regarded as weird or whatnot. So I found her so relatable. And also because growing up, my favorite color was always yellow. I love yellow, and she wore a yellow dress. But then when I grew up a bit, like high school, I just love Mulan because Asian, badass, she's cool. Yeah, Mulan. And then I've always just had a soft spot for Ariel because she's a mermaid and mermaids are super cool. I forgot to mention this, but like I was talking about Belle and how she was a bookworm. Growing up, I always also had a book in my nose. Like I always read. Okay, sometimes I would grab Dolan and I would literally just stare at him and stroke his face because I just find him so cute and handsome. I don't really get that much embarrassed anymore because whenever I do get embarrassed, I just will myself to pretend it didn't happen and that thing is just super normal. Like if I have an awkward moment with someone, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's totally fine, it's totally normal, and I would just not address it. If you didn't notice, I'm totally 100% okay and fine with just being alone and being by myself. I love walking around by myself. I love eating at cafes by myself, watching a movie by myself in the cinema. I'm fine with just being lonely. I don't know, it's not really lonely, but being alone. It's peaceful and you don't have to think about the other person. So basically I'm selfish, but I think you know what I mean. You don't have to like cater to the other person, make sure like there's conversation, make sure that they're enjoying, make sure that they like the food. Wow, okay, right now, one of the things that stress me out is thinking about the future. More so thinking financially about the future because how the heck am I gonna afford to buy a house? How am I gonna pay for my children's tuition fees? And I want like 3 kids or something. Like the tuition fees, they're just getting higher and higher and I'm here, so I just don't know. I always ask my parents, like, how did you afford these things for me? Yeah, but I guess life is all about just taking it a step at a time, figuring things out. Next fact has something to do with like being alone and whatnot, but sometimes I get into the moods when I really want a boyfriend. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I mean, as much as I like being alone, I don't mind sharing a meal with someone or doing things with another person. I get into moods wherein I want one, but then I also get into moods wherein I don't want one. Like right now, I kind of don't really think I want one because I'm a child. I never had a boyfriend ever. And I don't know, I just can't imagine myself having one right now. I don't know, I'm like trying to figure out things about my life, about what I like, about myself, and like if I had to do it with another person, that's just gonna stress me out and it's just gonna be so difficult. I haven't even touched my sandwich yet. I have an egg sandwich, thank you so much. I've had glasses for almost like 8 years, I think. I had them when I was in first year high school. Sometimes I wake up thinking what it would be like to have clear vision again, but then I'm also okay with having blurry vision because I get the best of both worlds. I can see clearly when I wear glasses and I can see blurrily when I don't. Yeah, it's cool. Oh yeah, but I get like super self-conscious whenever I take photos with glasses. I don't know, I never wear them, even for videos. Like, I should probably do it more because that's like this is what I look like normally. I'm the only person in my immediate family who has bad eyes or needs glasses because of this. No, I mean, obviously my parents wear glasses, they have reading glasses. But for me, I feel like it's because of my previous action. I really think that everything you do makes an impact. It sounds very superstitious-y, but then when I was in 2nd grade, I pretended that I had blurry vision so that I could sit in the front row in class. I was such a nerd. I mean, I feel like a nerd for saying this out loud, but yeah, I really wanted to be in front of the class so that I can be like, I can like recite. I don't know, it's just better to sit in front. And I feel like it's because I lied, because I didn't have blurry vision then. A few of my life goals, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, is to be a teacher, because I feel like it's so cool being able to impact at least 40 people's lives in a year, and like getting to know these children and like shaping them up to be great people. I mean, that's why I'm on YouTube basically, right? And then I also want to be an author somehow. But these have been like two of my life goals since I was in high school, I think. My favorite food is hands down shabu shabu. I like it over Korean barbecue. So, but unfortunately, my family, they're like okay with shabu shabu. They don't really love it. Most of the time, I would like eat an order of shabu shabu by myself, and then they would order like different foods. Yeah. Sometimes I think I've changed and I've improved as a person, but sometimes I feel like I haven't. I'm the type of person who would rather just meet someone in person and chat with them in person rather than having to do it on like through text or through chat. There's just something about physically meeting up with someone and talking and listening to their voice that's way more appealing to me than chatting. I love watching cooking shows because I love the sizzling sound. It's just so satisfying for me. Next fact, I wish that I would do things more often than I actually do. For example, cooking. Like, I love cooking, but then I'm just too lazy to buy ingredients and like fixing them, so I never cook. There's always that internal warfare of like who I want to be. I'm trying to be deep, oh my gosh. There's always like this internal conflict and internal warfare of like me knowing that this is who I want to be, this is what I aspire to be, and this is like the things I want to do and whatnot. But then I guess I'm just not doing them. That's so sad to think about. I'm lazy, basically. I'm super detached to objects. In the event of me losing something, I'm so chill about it. Like, if my favorite shirt got torn, like, sure, I would be mad for like 2 minutes, but then I would get over it. I think it's kind of bad that I'm kind of detached to them because I think it affects the way I take care of my things. But then I just don't want my happiness to be on a certain thing. It's not even real, it's just an object. Lastly, I'm just gonna end it on a positive note. I think one of my good qualities as a human being is that I'm pretty cheery, I'm pretty positive, I'm pretty hopeful. Like in my videos, I always talk about hope and I talk about just having faith, just having faith in God that He has it. I feel like it comes off as a little too wishy-washy to some people. I mean, I'm okay with that because that's just like my personality. I like being pretty cheerful and like not so ominous. So yeah. Okay, so I've been talking for like 30 minutes approximately, and I hope that you guys didn't get bored. If you want to know more things about me, then let me know. If you enjoyed this, I literally just I took a bite of my sandwich. I'm gonna eat this. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed getting to know me a little bit more, and don't forget to comment down below a fact or like something that we have in common, because I would love to hear about it and know. Hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. I'll talk to you guys real soon. This video was from my heart to yours. Bye!